Hi guys. Okay, so we're gonna start on project number 2. I got branches, I got birch bark, I got a few other things over here. Yes, a Pringles container. We're gonna make something cool out of this. So stick around and see what we're gonna make. Alright, well I only want about half of this container, so I'm gonna cut it in half. And I'm not going to be too neat about it, a little bit here and there, but I'm going to end up trimming it more after I'm done wrapping it, which is what I'm doing right now. I put a little cut in the top there just to hold the twine in while I wrap it around. And then let's get messy with some glue, guys. So just take your twine. I have a nice thick one here, and I just slowly wrapped it around. It doesn't look slow, but I slowly wrapped it around. Just keep adding glue, pushing it up so it's nice and tight. And you just keep going until it's completely covered. And then once it's covered, it took about an hour to dry. So just let it sit for an hour and you can get your other things ready while this is drying. While this was drying, I got all my branches ready. I ended up not using the birch bark, so I just put it away. I was going to make some flowers to put on the lights, but I ended up changing the lights that I was going to use, so I decided not to go with the birch bark. But that's okay, it's still going to look pretty cool. So once it's done, like I said, just let it dry. If you need to fill in any spaces, push in any bits of the twine, do that before it starts to dry. Add in extra glue on the top there just to make sure that it's not gonna pop off when you're moving it around. And like I said, just fill in any little gaps. This is gonna dry clear, so don't worry too much about it. I'm just using Elmer's glue here. It's not even a wood glue, so it'll be just fine. It'll dry clear and hard, and it will do exactly what we need it to do. There you go. So I got my branches all ready, and now I'm going to paint them. Sure, I guess I could just spray paint them one boring color, but you guys know me, that would be too easy. So we're going to ombre these branches. I'm going to start with red and go all the way up to white. Give them a little bit of drama. Ta-da! Alright, I got some lights on a wire. I got some gravel and some rocks. We're going to put in the bottom here. Hold our sticks. Alright, everything is dried now and we can put it together. So I kind of messed around with this already to see where I want my sticks to be placed and how I want them to look. So I suggest you do that too before you start putting your rocks in. Because once you get your rocks in, if it doesn't look the way you want it to look, then you gotta take everything out and it makes a big mess, and you might end up breaking your branches or your base. So just kind of play around with it first, and then once you have it the way you like it, get your rocks in there to keep it stable and help it give it some weight so it doesn't tip over. Because remember, it's just a cardboard Pringles container, so it's not very heavy. I have some nice little wire lights here, so make sure you save their battery. Make sure you save a space to put in your battery pack. You don't want anything hanging off the side. So once you got your lights ready to go, take your time and wrap them around. These ones are really great. I got from the dollar store because they're on wire. They make it really easy to just tangle and wrap around these branches. I adjusted it a little bit here and there as I brought it inside just to get the lights where I wanted them in the nighttime view. But yeah, just take your time, wrap it around, and make sure you leave a little bit of the bottom wire there so you can put it in the bottom base without having to see any of the excess wire. Once you're satisfied with it, maybe turn it on, have a look. It's better to do it in the dark, which I was in a sunny location, so I readjusted it a bit later. Then get your base in there. And I was gonna put some braid on the top, but it was too bulky, so we decided to go with some nice paper ribbon here and just give it that kind of, I don't know, just a little character really, nothing too fancy. And then you can put little rocks if you want, gravel on the top, just underneath your base there to cover up the bottom. But I actually got some moss and put it in right there at the base. And I found it was a lot easier for me to access the little switch as well than having to move away little pebbles and rocks. But again, that's up to you. So there we go. Pretty easy, painted some sticks, made a nice little base, and it looks fantastic. And at night, it looks so pretty. So make some stuff with nature, guys. Get your do-it-yourself-on skills going with this week's Sustainable Skill of the Week, home decor with nature. This is project number 2. We got one more to go, guys. So show me your projects that you're making with nature, and don't forget to use the hashtag Sustainable Skill of the Week.